I want to introduce you to your semester project. We call them capstone projects. And for you guys, you're going to do a PowerPoint, but it's kind of extensive, and it's worth 135 points for all the things that go on in the semester. So I am not going to read you this Word doc in front of you. I mean, that would be incredible boring. You can download it or read it online. But I do think it's important that I go over a few things, show you the format, the rubric. So let me get started. So you're going to do an issue PowerPoint. What do I mean by issue? Issues have two sides. So as I explain here in the document, global warming is not an issue. Global warming is a fact. An issue where people argue is that whether human beings are causing it by burning fossil fuels, or is this just a natural part of climate change that has happened throughout the history of Earth. Those are two different sides on global warming. So I spell it out here for you how the different sides would argue it. And I have a series. I only have like 23 of them. I know there's several people in this class, but I have a series of potential questions that you could do your issue report on. I have 22 of them. I'll try and add more as some come up, but I would encourage you to pick something that you're interested in. If you're going to have to do a bunch of research, then you're going to have to pick stuff you're interested in. So going over the format, and this goes into, I go into quite a bit of depth in this document on it. I want you to state your issue in a one-sentence question. So let's look at something real quick on a PowerPoint I did for when I was teaching wildlife biology at ASU. So, has the aggressive wildlife water development program, building water holes for wildlife, has it helped wildlife as expected? That's an issue. We know animals need water, but are building water holes in the desert, is it doing what we think it is? The next part, if you look at your format, is the players. And specifically, not just environmentalists, be specific. Greenpeace. Who are the groups involved in the controversy and why are they involved? And then the next thing you're going to want to point out is the important facts. State the relative facts concerning their issue. Stick to facts, not opinion. Then side one of the issue and their supporting arguments. Side two of the issue, their supporting arguments. Then you finish it up with your opinion and rationale. And I've been assigning this for years. I had several people change their opinion when they did this research. Because when we get to side one of the issue and side two of the issues, you're going to have to find research that backs up side one of the issue and then research that backs up side two of the issue. It can be done on any of those topics. So once again, switch back here. So if I look at the players, and then I have the important facts. Now I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 slides. Now this was a 45-minute lecture, and I want yours PowerPoint to last 5 minutes, so you're not going to have that many slides. But here is side one. The Wildlife Water Development Program has not produced the expected effect and therefore is not worth the cost. So here I have research and facts and figures that backs up that opinion. And it's quite a bit. Now again, I was doing a 45-minute lecture. And then side two, the Wildlife Water Development Program has produced expected benefits and are worth the cost. So here again are the comments and background and research that backed up this side. And then finally was my opinion. I concurred with one of the authors that some developments for bighorn have been positive. I also, mule deer need water, etc., etc. They're costly. So there is, my opinion had both positive and negative thoughts on the issue based on my own research. And in summary, I go through what I think should be done. And of course, as a research biologist, I always wanted to do more research. So let me go back to this document here. So again, I'm trying to keep this short because I can't think of it. This is probably a pretty boring lecture. But here you can see in the format, issue, one slide, in a question format. Who are the people involved with this issue? What are the important facts? Side 1 with the strongest arguments for that side. Side 2, your opinion and rationale. And then you're going to give me a literature cited slide. Now, I've done this as well as I can. Here's a grading rubric for the PowerPoint itself. So you can see 10 points on the format. Did you follow what I asked you to do? And then the depth. How much work did you do? And I've been teaching a long time, so I can pretty much tell how much work you do. Here are the literature sources. You need a minimum of 3 for each opinion, side 1 and side 2. And then you need to give me that in a slide. So here's the slides needed in order. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible. Here's a checklist to make sure you go over this. If you follow these checklists, you'll nail it. Overall, this project worth 135. By week 4, you'll submit the topics. Week 8, you'll send me your literature cited section. I mean, you will have found at least 3 pieces of literature or websites or whatever that back up side 1 and 3 that back up side 2, and you'll send that to me. By week 12, you will send me an electronic copy of your PowerPoint. Please no Google Slides. It's very hard for me to access those, and I just don't have a real problem with Google Slides. Week 12, your PowerPoint. Week 13, you're going to do a 5-minute oral presentation on Flipgrid. Here's a URL. It's already set up for you. That will be worth 25 points. Don't read it. Don't read it. Nobody wants to watch, because people are going to have to watch your presentations. Because by week 15, you're going to email me a review of 4 of your class points PowerPoints. For each PowerPoint, I want no more than a 1-paragraph description of what you learned from watching 4 other people's PowerPoints. I don't want you to critique it. I don't want to critique. But just let me know what you learned from watching these other people's 5-point PowerPoints, so you guys can teach each other. Now, I think this is pretty self-explanatory. And I've been doing this, like I said, for quite a number of years. So hopefully all of this is pretty straightforward after watching this short, and I'm trying to keep it short, lecture. And please email me if you have any questions. Last word of warning, if you wait till the last week, you aren't going to get much of a grade. I mean, I've got this set up so you have to do things throughout the semester. Procrastination will kill you in an online class. In a big project like this, it will really cost you. Don't procrastinate. Thanks for listening.